Welcome to Digital Electronics Lab. You might have done electronics experiments in Basic Electronics Lab in first semester. There you did experiments on diode, transistor. You might have used different instruments like power supply, function generator, DSO, CRO, multimeter, etc. Here in this lab, we will be doing digital experiments using logic gates. In basic electronics, you might have studied circuits using logic gates, simple circuits like some circuit using OR gate, giving you might have gave some input. You might have verified the truth table. Truth table means giving, suppose you are giving input to any gate, say OR gate 0 0, you might have obtained, the output was there, you would have seen in the book, the output was 0. When input was 0 1, the output was 1. When input was 1 0, the output was again 1. And when output, both the inputs were 1 1, the output was still 1. 1 and 0, what actually you were giving? 0 means you gave, you will be giving in digital electronics lab, you will be giving input as 0 volt. It will be considered as 0, logic 0. You will be supplying 5 volt for logic 1. You are giving 5 volt from the power supply and it will be considered as logic 1. When you have obtained a high voltage around 5 volt from the output, it will be considered as 1, logic 1. And if you are getting 0 or near about 0, that will be considered as logic 0. So in digital electronics lab, we will not be using continuous voltages like you used in basic electronics lab. There you used to give, suppose say while doing characteristics of a diode, what you did, you gave different small voltages in small ranges and you obtained the corresponding output, voltage across the diode, and you plotted a graph of input voltage against output current against input voltage, voltage across the diode. There the voltages were continuous. Here in digital electronics lab, in digital electronics experiments, you will not be using continuous voltages, you will be using fixed voltages. 5 volt, say 5 volt or high voltage for logic 1 and low voltage 0 volt for logic 0. So here we will be using logic gates. Logic gates, as you know, are composed of are made up of diodes and transistors, but here we will be using logic gates. We will not be making the logic gates by using diodes and transistors. We will be simply using the ICs which contains that particular logic gates. You will be using this ICs. ICs will be of this kind. See here, it will be having some pins. Description you can find here in the specification sheet or the pin diagram. For each and every IC, you will in its specification sheet, every IC comes with a specification sheet, and there you will find the pin diagram. See, for example, this is the pin diagram for IC 7400. Each IC will have a distinct name which will describe what are the gates or what are the contents of that IC and the functions performed by it, tolerance, its voltage requirement, and all the details will be given in the specification sheet. Here we will be using the pin diagram sheet for every IC. The common ICs that we are using in digital lab, all the pin configurations has been given over here in this specification sheet, in this pin diagram sheet. You can see here, for example, 74 00 7400. 7400 actually it is an IC which contains NAND gate. NAND gate, 2 input NAND gate. Here you can see pin number 1. See, pin number 1. Pin number 1 is an input to one of the gates. Pin number 2 is another input, and pin number 3 is the output. So while doing the experiment, suppose we are testing, we are verifying the output of this particular gate, NAND gate. What we will have to do is we will have to connect the input. The two inputs are pin number 1 and 2 respectively, and we will have to take the output from pin number 3. Output, what we just discussed a few minutes back, that the input that will be supplying here is high or low voltages, which we will interpret it as logic 1 or 0. High will be interpreted as logic 1, low voltage shall be represented, low voltage mainly generally we take 0 volt as 0 logic 0, and high voltage 5 volt as logic 1. And similarly we will check the output, from here by using multimeter, or we can use LED. If it glows, it is the voltage is high, and we can term it as 1. We can say that the output is high. For input, supplying the inputs, we will be supplying low or high voltages from the power supply, or we can use this kit. See, you can see the kit over here. It is not actually a kit, it is a development board where all the supplies and the LEDs for checking the output are given at a single place. Okay, it is a development board, not a kit. See, you can see a breadboard over here. You are very much familiar with the breadboard. You have used in basic electronics lab in first semester. So once again we will just see a small introduction to breadboard also. These are connected vertically, means you are connecting a wire over here on this or you are connecting over here. All will be in the same potential. Suppose here it is 5 volt, then if you are connecting a wire over here or any of these holes, you will be getting voltage 5. Okay, if you have connected 5 volt to any one of it. So all these are vertically connected, but these two are not connected. These two adjacent holes are not connected. Only vertically all the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are connected. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they all will be in the same potential. Similarly here in the upper side you can see this top row, all this collection of 5, combination of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are horizontally connected. You can see more clearly over here. This 5, this 5, this 5, this 5, this 5 and this 5. Suppose you have connected 5 volt over here. If you have connected wire over here, you can check the voltage over here. If you are checking a voltage over here, you will find the same 5 volt which was connected over here. Okay, or the same voltage which was connected over here. Similarly, if you have connected 0 volt here, you will see the same voltage over here. Okay, similarly these are connected and these are connected. You are familiar with this in basic electronics lab, because without knowing this you cannot do the lab there. So this was all about breadboard. Now, giving input to a gate, to a logic gate, we will be giving input from this point. See, when I press it, since it is unpressed, it is 0, it is not glowing. When we have pressed it, it is glowing, means the potential over here is high. High means the logic, the logic that you are supplying, or the voltage that you are supplying to the gate placed on the breadboard, we will come to it. So you will find that the voltage coming from here will be high, means you are providing logic 1 to the gate. Okay, logic 1 to that gate. Similarly, suppose you have 2 inputs, you have to supply 2 inputs, you can use any 2 of these inputs. All are, say, when you have pressed it, it will be 1, when you have unpressed it, it is 0. So and after giving the input, you can get the output from this output pins. This output pins we can connect it, we can connect and see from by using a wire. We can directly connect this to this and check whether it is working or not. See, this is the wire. Suppose we have connected directly we have connected the input to the output, just to check whether the output is working, the output LED is working or not. While doing experiment, any experiment, first you have to check whether the input that you are providing from the pin that you are using for giving the input, that is working or not. Similarly, you have to check the output also, because while performing experiment, the circuit is all right, okay, but you are not getting the output. That doesn't, if you are not getting the output, that doesn't mean that you have made the circuit wrong. It may also be because the wrong output may be also because of the faulty input. The input that you are providing, maybe it is not working, or the output that you have, the LED from which you are taking the output, maybe that LED is faulty or it is not working. So first it is better to check the output and input pins before connecting the circuit, so that you are sure that you are providing the input. The inputs that are given, they are the logic inputs that you are providing is correctly going to the logic gates. Here we have directly connected input to the output. Suppose now see, here it is 0. Now I press it. Yes, see, now I have given logic 1. The output LED is also glowing. It confirms that it is working. Similarly for this second pin, see, 0. We have given here 0. The output is also 0. Given 1, output is also 1. Since we have directly connected it just for testing whether it is working or not. Inputs and outputs are working or not. It is working. Now we will test a small. We will do a small experiment like testing or verifying any particular gate, say NAND gate. So for NAND gate, we will have to see in this sheet that which IC is containing the NAND gate. So we can see from the figure here that 7400, it is containing NAND gate. You can find it in the Google or on internet, anywhere you will find the list of ICs which are containing, what are the logic gates which are contained in that IC, or by simply pressing, asking from Google which IC contains that particular gate which you want to use. From there you can get the IC number. So here we are using 7400 IC for NAND gate, 2 input NAND gate. See, this is the IC. On the IC, top of the IC, you will find that number is written here. You might not be able to see this, but physically when you will be doing the experiment, then you will have to check for the number written on the IC 7400. Here we are using. So where you have to place the IC here on the breadboard, in the middle, anywhere in the middle, so that the pins, adjacent pins. See, these 2 pins are not sorted. Anywhere, if you are placing over here in the middle, see, in the middle, then the pins are separate. Okay. If you place it anywhere other than this points, if you are placing it anywhere, the pins will be sorted. For example, this here, if you have connected over here, as we have discussed a few minutes back, that this points, all the 5 points are sorted, or all the 5 points are at the same potential. So this pin and this pin will be sorted on the same potential, so you will not be able to use this IC. So only one place that we have on breadboard, okay, or only one set of places that we are having on breadboard where we can connect the IC is along this, anywhere along this line, anywhere. Okay, you can place it here, you can place it here, or you can place it here, anywhere in this middle, so that all the IC pins are at different potentials or are not sorted. Any of the pins are not sorted out. See, now for any given IC, you can check in the pin diagram. See, for example, 7400. See, all the pins are described by some number, are defined by some number. Pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. See, 7 on 7 it is written ground, G and D, ground. ठीक है, ऊपर 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is a 14 pin IC. You will find 16 pin ICs or different number of pins will be there, and details of those pins will be given in the pin diagram, which will be available in the specification sheet which comes with that IC. So in 7400, see, we have pin number 7 as ground, and we have pin number 14 as VCC. So for using any IC, first thing is that you have to connect VCC and ground. You have to give VCC and ground in order to make this IC function. ठीक है, suppose you are using more than one IC in your circuit. Suppose you are using 7400, 7402. So for both these ICs to be functional, you will have to give ground and VCC, individually for all the ICs that you are using in your circuit. You will have to provide individual VCC and ground to all the individual ICs in order to make them functional. ठीक है, तो pin number 14, one more thing that you need to know is, see, any IC, how we count this IC number, pin number. See, what you have to do is, you have to place the IC as in the diagram. See, there is a small notch over here. See here. So from here we count the number. You place this IC according to the notch given in the pin diagram. Here we have placed it here. See, like this, we have placed it here. You can see the notch. See, we have placed the notch as given in the pin diagram. Here we can see this. See, we have placed it as the notch is there, and we will be counting the pins accordingly. See, this see, now you can see the notch over here and the notch in the diagram. From left side we will start counting. See, from here, pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Anti-clockwise from left hand side. ठीक है, starting from the left hand side, anti-clockwise from the notch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Anti-clockwise, just given in the specification, this pin diagram. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 14. Now we will verify the operation of NAND gate. As we discussed, we took 7400, whose pin diagram is here, over here. Pin diagram is here. See, first what we discussed just a few minutes back, that for every IC to be operational, we will have to give a power supply to this in form of VCC and ground. So first what we are doing, we will provide VCC ground to this IC. VCC is 5 volt. We have connected from here 5 volt and to this pin number 14. Where is ground? You'll have to look for it. The ground is connected is to be connected in pin number 7, pin number 7, pin number 7 ground. ठीक है, so we will connect pin number 7 with the ground. The connections must be tight. You have to ensure that. Pin number 7. See, where the input has to be provided? Pin number 1, one of the inputs. Pin number 2. If we are using this gate, first gate, if we are using this gate, we'll have to provide input at 4 and 5. Similarly, if we are using this gate, we'll have to provide inputs at pin number 12 and pin number 13. If we are using this gate, 10 and 9 as inputs and 8 as output. So first we are using this input, this logic gate, this NOR gate. For this we have to give inputs at 1 and 2. So connecting inputs at pin number 1 and 2, pin number 1 and pin number 2, pin number 2. See, now we'll have to take the output. Where we'll have to take the output? Since we are using this gate, first gate, so output is connected to 3. Connected to pin number 3. Here we have connected the output. Since we have given 0 0 over here, so output LED is glowing, indicating that it is high. Now we know that if we provide both the inputs as 1 to this NAND gate, then only the both the inputs as 0 to this NAND gate, then only the output is high. In all other cases, the output is 0 or output is low. See, here you can see what inputs we are providing, or we have provided. Here is 0 0, so the output is 1. The output is 1. Suppose we are giving one of the inputs as 1. Actually we are using NAND gate. The output will be, sorry, I said the opposite thing. The output will be 1. The output, 1 minute. The output will be 1 if the output will be 0. The the output will be 1 if any of the inputs will be 0. Any or both of the inputs are 0. It will be 0. The output will be 0, low, if and only if both the inputs are 1. Both the inputs are 1. So we will have to check it. First 0 0, the output is 1. All right. Next 0 1. 0 1, you can see the change here. 0 1, 0 1, the output is again 1. Okay. 1 0, again output is 1. 1 1, see, the output has gone low, or the output is 0. The NAND gate, it will give output 0 if and only if all the inputs, here we are only using 2 input NAND gates, so both these inputs are 1, then only it will give an output 0. In all the other cases, it will give an output 1 or output high. See, once again we can do it. See, 0 0, output is 1. 0 1, output is again 1. 1 0, the output is 1. 1 1, the output is 0. So we have verified this NAND gate. NAND gate over here. Similarly, we use the first gate over here. First gate over here, you can use any of the gates. Accordingly, you will have to change the inputs and outputs, where you have to accordingly you will have to change the output pin. Okay. If you are using second gate, you will have to use this 2 input, the 4 and 5 as inputs, input pins, and 6 as output pin. Now we will be doing one more gate, verifying one more gate, that is say 7408, that is AND gate. 7408 AND gate. See, it is also containing 4 number of gates as we used in NAND gate. Gate 1, 2, 3, 4, their inputs and outputs respectively, and VCC and ground. The most important thing is VCC and ground. If you are not providing VCC and ground, the IC will not be functional. If you are using a number of ICs, more than one IC in your circuit for designing your circuit, for all the ICs you will have to use, or for all the ICs you will have to provide VCC and ground to all the ICs individually. If you have failed to provide VCC or ground to any one of the ICs, the whole circuit may go wrong. So we will be verifying another IC or another gate, that is 7408 AND gate. So 7408. First thing, VCC and ground. First we will have to check where VCC, what are the VCC and ground pins. For different ICs it may be different, but these are the common ICs whose VCC is normally 14 and ground is pin number 7 for this few ICs that we are using. But if you are getting any random IC, you will have to check which pin is VCC or ground. You cannot just put VCC to 14th pin or ground to 7th pin in all the ICs. You will have to look for the pin diagram of that particular IC. You can get it on internet. Just type pin diagram and IC number. See, we have connected here 7408. Where is its VCC? VCC is 14 and ground is 7. VCC 5 volt is 14 and ground is pin number 7. Inputs, see, where the inputs are 1 and 2 input, 3 is the output. 2 inputs, 1 and 2. 1 of the inputs, 2, second input. Output, where we have to take output from pin number, output is from pin number 3. If we are using this particular gate, we will have to take output from 3. Output from 3. Okay, we have connected the output over the output LED where we can display the results. We have taken inputs from this 2 points. See, input 1, input 2. So what we are using, 7408, that is AND gate. It will give output as 1 if both the inputs are 1. Okay, if any of the inputs are 0, its output will be 0. 0 0. क्या हुआ, गड़बड़ है क्या? 7408 थोड़ा गड़बड़ वाला भी है. ठीक है. I have changed the IC. That IC that we were using was not good. मतलब it was ये हाँ, the IC was faulty there, so we changed the IC. Now see, 0 0 0 0, the output is 0, the output is 0. 0 1, again the output is 0. 1 0, the output is 0. 1 1, the output is 1. Okay, in many instances you will find that the one of the gates in the IC, suppose you are using this IC 7408, it is containing 4 number of gates. So if your circuit is not working, or if this particular IC is not working, if this particular gate is not working, that doesn't mean that all other gates will not be working. All other gates may work. Okay, so while doing experiment, what you will do, if suppose this this gate is faulty, you just change the inputs and use this particular gate. Okay, in laboratory, while doing experiment over here. But if you are designing a circuit which is not as experiment but for application purpose, suppose you have designed some circuit for, say, your washing machine, and there you are using 7408, and you know that one of the gates are faulty. Then in that case you don't have to connect to the other gate. Instead you will have to change the whole IC. For application purpose, again, say, once more I am repeating it, for application purpose you will have to change the whole IC if any one of the gates contained in that IC comes out to be faulty. But for experiment purpose, over here you can simply instead of using this gate, if it appears to be faulty, comes out to be faulty, then you can use the other gates which are working properly. But for application purpose you will have to replace the whole IC. You cannot use ICs with which are having any one of the faulty gates. So again we can check the output over here, or verify the truth table for this 7408 AND gate. It will give output if and only if both the inputs are 1. If any of the inputs are 0, it will give output 0. See, 0 0 output is 0, 0 1 output is 0, 1 0 output is 0, 1 1 output is 1. Okay. Similarly we will check for few other gates. Now we will be verifying OR gate. OR gate, it is 7432. 7432. We will have to use IC 7432. First thing, what we have to find? We have to find VCC and ground, 14 and 7. So we have connected 14. We have connected ground. Now what are the inputs? Inputs are, suppose we are using the first gate only, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. We have connected inputs 1 and 2. Wherefrom we have to get the output for the first gate, that is from 3. Pin number 3. Pin number 3. Or for OR gate, we will get output as 1 if any of the inputs, any or both of the inputs are 1. Say 0 0, we have supplied 0 0, the output is 0. 0 1, output is 1. 1 0, output is 1 or high. 1 1 or high high, the output is again high. Once again, 0 0, low low, output is low. Low high, output is high. High low, output is again high. High high, output is high. It comes to be high, output comes to be high if any of the inputs, any or both of the inputs are high. Suppose any of the inputs high, output is high. High, output is high. Both are high, output is high. Both are low, the output is low. So this was all about introduction to digital electronics lab. So sir will be taking the class further. Thank you.